Long hair makes you glamorous. A small waist and a curvy booty makes you desirable. Yet virginity makes you pure and worthy of love. Unscarred skin makes you flawless. And a pretty face makes you privileged. But I felt like I had only a broken smile. These are the internalized beliefs I exposed to my therapist when I began understanding the relationship I had with my own body. And she asked me this simple question: Jessica, what does being a woman mean to you? And I was embarrassed and ashamed that that was actually my answer. When I came to this revelation that that was the message that I've been living, I had to redefine my thoughts on what makes a woman worthy. Now, of course, this didn't come from anywhere. Beliefs come from something, so I had to rethink and reflect, where did this all come from? And I have many stories and many experiences, but one stood out to me the most. It was when I was 15, when I saw a Sports Illustrated magazine, and it was a really pretty white woman on the cover, and I thought, she is so pretty. She was on the cover in her cute bikini. She had a flat stomach, long flowing hair, and sun-kissed glowing skin. And at this age, I was in 9th grade, and I had this really huge crush on this cute guy in my band class. Y'all, I wanted to get his attention, so I conjured up a plan, and I went in my closet that same day. Mama, don't judge me. Went into my closet same day, and I looked for the lowest cut shirt I could find. Y'all know where this is going. So the lowest cut shirt I could find was to my throat, because I grew up in a small town in North Carolina with a conservative Christian mama, and I also didn't know how that model got that sun-kissed glowing skin. And they didn't have Fenty Beauty back then and the body shimmer and all those things. I found the next best thing. That was baby oil. So the next day, I headed on to school, and I was so excited. I head to the bathroom, and I oiled all up, y'all. I probably used about half that bottle. So as soon as I got ready for him, I went onto that band room, and y'all, I was so proud. I walked in that band room with my neck and chin glistening, and he was the first one to notice me. Y'all want to know his reaction? Ew, Jess, what is that on your neck? Y'all, I wish I was actually being dramatic, but he actually pointed me out in front of the entire band class, embarrassing me. I felt so humiliated. I ran to the bathroom to wipe it all off, and I was like, oh my goodness. I thought that that was going to work. I learned 2 things that day. Baby oil takes forever to get out of clothes, and a girl who looks like that must always get the guy. So now that I've shared my embarrassing story, I want you all to think about it. When was the first time you became aware of your beauty? What about the first time you became aware of your body? And for men, I'm not excluding you all. I want us all to think about it. And what is the feeling that is associated with that memory or experience? Because for many of us, that's the story of how we see ourselves began. For the past 8 years, I have worked with eating disorders and negative body image individuals, and I have had the privilege to help them redefine their thoughts about their body, food, and their beauty. And when I've gone through that process, it has brought some new things out of me. That's why I have dedicated my career to bridging beauty and mental wellness together. That's why I'm the beauty therapist. I don't just tell people that they're beautiful, I help them discover why they're beautiful. And my creative approach was inspired by makeover shows. I mean, we love a good transformation. We see it all over the place, right? And I love seeing the transformations on what not to wear. But I also wondered, as a therapist, what happens after the cameras have stopped rolling, the makeup is wiped all off, the wardrobe has faded as far as the thrill of it all. And I wondered, did those individuals still stay connected to their beauty and their confidence long after the show? Today, we can all create our own transformations. But I'm just not sold that it's a transformation our soul really needs. In 2024, 43% of U.S. adults reported feeling more anxious than the previous year. That's nearly half of the population. And much of that anxiety is rooted in fear of judgment, especially around how we look and how we're perceived. I call this beauty comparison syndrome, for short, BCS. It's the constant measuring, judging, shrinking, or even overcompensating we do in response to others' bodies, beauty, presence, and abilities. And sometimes it's not even other people. Sometimes it's our former selves. The BCS is so sneaky. We can actually be admiring someone else, but internally we're shaming ourselves. And it's those nagging thoughts. Her life looks like a Pinterest board, and I can barely keep a room clean. And he looks so talented in what he does, and I wish I had half that. Or I don't know how in the world Megan Thee Stallion have them knees, but my knees hurt by just looking at her. So this is why we get stuck. The cost is so much deeper than just devaluing our own beauty. Our cost can be struggling to deepen our intimacy due to insecure attachment. We have that silent competition instead of really focusing on connection, or body neglect through disordered eating and excessive exercise as body punishment instead of body care. Or it could be like 15-year-old me, internalizing colonized beauty standards over personal and cultural authentic aesthetics, then spending emotional and mental energy on perfection instead of passion and purpose. I remember when the shift started for me, because the cost was so heavy. I remember as a recovering body shamer, I would think, my hair is so thick. And y'all, my hair is broken quite a few combs. And y'all know those really cute curls and the girls be having, the baby hairs. Yeah, I never had them. I only had adult hair. And I remember thinking my eyes are way too small, my face is too round, and I can't seem to get my stomach flat enough. And I wish my booty was just a little bit bigger. So I know y'all can relate. We look in the mirror at all times. But when the shift happened was when I remember my daddy and thinking about him after he passed. I was looking at his picture, and I just had a moment of remembering how playful he is and his smile, and I was like, oh, he used to call me his Jessica Juju. And this particular day, I had to look at myself like for real. I remember looking at myself. We can look at ourselves in the mirror, but we look around ourselves. So this time I was truly looking at myself in my own eyes, and I began to look at my features. And I would think, okay, this is my mama's hair. These are her edges. And this is her eyes, because they light up when she smiles. And I remember thinking, these are my daddy's cheeks. This is my daddy's nose. This is my daddy's smile. This is what I get to honor or remember him by. But you want to know, when I began to acknowledge and appreciate that beauty, I also discovered something else along my journey. I actually don't feel the most beautiful when I'm glammed up. I feel the most beautiful when I'm sitting across from a client and they are sharing their pain, and I've created a safe space for them, and they begin to trust me and they begin to heal. That is so priceless. or when someone is sitting in my makeup chair and I'm doing their makeup and they have criticized themselves from the wrinkles to their toes, and I'm just glamming them up. They're getting the whole beauty therapy experience. And I pull up that mirror, and they finally get this aha moment of getting a glimpse of their beauty for the first time. So once I realized the cost of comparison, I had to create an antidote. Do y'all want to know what that is? So it's the Beauti Rule. The Beauti Rule is a self-honoring concept that teaches you how to care for yourself and connect with your values instead of your idea of worthiness. Now, with the Beauti Rule, I'm going to give you all 3 tips. I only get 3 because if I give you more, I have to bill you for it. So, tip number 1, connect with your body without judgment. Listen to it. Give it what it needs. Instead of focusing so much on, I look so tired, I got bags under my eyes, all these things, give yourself permission to have rest. Your body wants to take care of you, so give it what it needs. Listen to your body and trust it. Number 2, connect with your values. When you connect with your values, you get to live it. Instead of worthiness is something you earn, and it's always going to be a moving target. The thing about connecting with your values is that then you get to make decisions out of peace and care for yourself instead of stress, anxiety, shame, overwhelm. It's so much sweeter. Number 3, y'all give yourself compassion. We're all human, and I don't know about you, but being human is actually exhausting. They didn't prepare us for this, and I didn't know for the rest of my life I had to continue to pay bills. So give yourself compassion. Now let me ask you, for a show of hands, how many of you all criticize a baby when it's first learning to walk? No, nobody, right? Exactly. What do? We get excited, we help that baby, we cheer it on. We're like, you go, you're trying. I want you all to give yourself that same energy. And what that can sound like, a compassion statement, is it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm doing my best, I'm learning this. Or even, I don't have to do exactly how they do it, I'm figuring out my own zone of genius. Or one of my favorites, y'all, I don't have to have the mega knees. I could do a 2-step. So, you do what works for you. So the next time you find yourself shrinking in someone else's light or thinking, she is so pretty, I want you to say and remind yourself, and I'm pretty too. Thank you.